They say every great ruler has a legendary tale to tell, but few are as gripping as that of the boy king, Tutankhamun. Let's find out how this young pharaoh went from ruling Egypt at age 9 to becoming the most famous mummy in the world. Welcome to the channel. Today we'll take you back in time to uncover the mystery of Tutankhamun's tomb, which may hold secrets that will change our understanding of ancient Egypt forever. But before we begin our journey, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on our thrilling tales of history's mysteries. Let's get started. Chapter 5. The Discovery of the Tomb. It was November 6, 1922, a day that would go down in history. The air was thick with anticipation as archaeologist Howard Carter stood before the entrance to a recently discovered chamber in the Valley of the Kings. With a flickering lantern held high, he peered into the darkness, unsure of what awaited him. As his eyes adjusted to the gloom, the sight before him took his breath away. There nestled within was a stash of priceless artifacts, each whispering tales of ancient Egypt. Among them, an ornate golden coffin lay adorned with hieroglyphics, its surface depicting scenes from the life and afterlife of the pharaoh. At the head of the coffin rested a small statue of Tutankhamun himself, his gaze fixed serenely ahead. The discovery sent shockwaves through the world of archaeology and captivated the public's imagination. The tomb of Tutankhamun, one of the last great pharaohs, had been found. The tomb wasn't just significant due to who it belonged to, but also because of the remarkable preservation of its contents. Unlike many other royal tombs that had been looted over the centuries, this one remained intact, safeguarding treasures that had lain undisturbed for millennia. The sheer opulence of the burial chamber was a testament to the wealth and power of the Egyptian pharaohs. Within its confines were not only the sarcophagus and statues, but also a host of valuable artifacts, including jewelry, weapons, and ceremonial objects. These items weren't merely beautiful or functional. They were portals to the past, offering invaluable insights into the customs, beliefs, and artistic achievements of ancient Egyptian civilization. As the news of the discovery spread, a steady stream of visitors made their way to the Valley of the Kings to witness the marvel for themselves. Among them were some of the most prominent figures of the time, each eager to catch a glimpse of the treasures and perhaps uncover secrets of their own. For the archaeologists, the task of exploring and cataloging the finds was both exhilarating and daunting. Every artifact was a potential key to unlocking another piece of the Egyptian puzzle, providing glimpses into the daily life, religious practices, and cultural achievements of a lost civilization. It was a privilege and a responsibility they carried with the utmost care and precision. However, as the world marveled at the riches unearthed in the Valley of the Kings, there were some who saw the discovery as a disturbance of the past, a violation of the sanctity of the tomb. The unearthing of Tutankhamun's remains brought with it a series of unfortunate events that gave rise to rumors of a pharaoh's curse. This curse was said to bring misfortune or even death to those who disturbed the pharaoh's eternal rest. In the weeks following the discovery, a series of strange occurrences began to unfold. First, there was the illness of Lord Carnarvon, the British aristocrat who had funded Carter's excavations. He fell sick with the flu and soon after died under mysterious circumstances. Then there was the untimely death of several other individuals connected to the excavation, each succumbing to unforeseen circumstances that seemed to point towards a sinister force at play. These deaths and illnesses were seen as direct consequences of disturbing the pharaoh's tomb, giving credence to the legend of the pharaoh's curse. This curse was believed to have been placed by the pharaohs themselves as a means to protect their final resting place from grave robbers. In ancient Egyptian culture, the pharaohs were considered divine beings, and their tombs were seen as extensions of their power even in death. To intrude upon a pharaoh's tomb was seen as an act of sacrilege, and those who did so risked incurring the pharaoh's wrath. Legends spoke of curses that could bring bad luck, illness, or even death to those who dared to disturb the pharaoh's eternal rest. And so the story goes. Anyone who trespassed into a pharaoh's tomb would be met with dire consequences. Chapter 3. The Mystery of His Death. The story of Tutankhamun is a tale of intrigue and mystery, and at the heart of it lies the enigma of his death. The young pharaoh's remains, discovered in the Valley of the Kings, hold clues that have puzzled experts for decades. But what really happened to him? How did he die? And what can his tomb tell us about the secrets surrounding his demise? Tutankhamun ascended to the throne at the tender age of 9, inheriting a kingdom fraught with political turmoil. His father, Akhenaten, had been a controversial ruler, shifting the religious focus from the traditional pantheon of gods to the sun god Aten, a move that alienated many in the process. When Tutankhamun took over, the court was a battleground of factions, each vying for influence. It was against this backdrop that the young king made a crucial decision that would shape not just his legacy, but also his fate. He chose to undo many of his father's radical reforms, re-establishing old temples and traditions, and appeasing the alienated priesthood. This act of religious reconciliation, however, proved to be a fateful one. It's believed that in doing so, he incurred the wrath of powerful forces, possibly setting in motion a chain of events that would lead to his untimely demise. Tutankhamun's reign was short, lasting no more than 10 years, and his death certificate gives a simple account, stating that he perished in his 14th year at the 3rd month of winter during the 7th hour. The cause of death, according to the official record, was a sudden illness. Yet, this straightforward explanation has done little to satisfy the relentless curiosity of historians and archaeologists. His tomb, discovered in the Valley of the Kings, offered some insight into the mystery, but it also raised more questions. The chamber was filled with treasures, but curiously devoid of the riches and grandeur one might expect for a pharaoh's final resting place. This stark contrast between the opulence of the tomb and the brevity of its occupant's life suggests a narrative of a king whose potential was cut short. Furthermore, the discovery of his mummified remains revealed physical anomalies that pointed to a troubled existence. Examination of his mummy showed signs of a sickly child, someone who likely endured a lifetime of pain and suffering. As researchers delved deeper into the mysteries surrounding Tutankhamun's death, they turned to the artifacts found near his remains, hoping to glean clues from the symbolic objects placed in his tomb. Among these artifacts were pieces depicting protective deities, suggesting that the young pharaoh may have needed such divine shielding in his mortal journey. This, coupled with the absence of grand funerary gifts in his tomb, paints a picture of a king whose life was not just abruptly ended, but might have been marked by a struggle for survival from his very beginning. In the end, the mystery of Tutankhamun's death remains an open book, each discovery adding a new chapter, each finding a new verse. While the Valley of the Kings holds many secrets close, the legacy of this young pharaoh continues to captivate, reminding us of the enduring allure of ancient Egypt and the eternal quest to understand those who came before us. Chapter 2. The Pharaoh's Curse. Legend has it that when Howard Carter opened the tomb of Tutankhamun, he inadvertently unleashed a sleeping evil. It was as if the pharaoh himself had risen from his eternal slumber, his anger directed towards those who dared to disturb his peace. Lord Carnarvon, the man who bankrolled Carter's expedition, was stricken with a sudden illness and passed away soon after. Then others connected to the excavation also faced untimely fates, each demise echoing the ominous warnings of a pharaoh's curse. The media frenzy that followed painted a grim picture, each headline amplifying the fear and fascination surrounding the curse. The public's imagination ran wild, weaving tales of ancient curses and vengeful spirits. Was it mere coincidence that those involved in the discovery were meeting with misfortune, or was there something more sinister at play? The curse of the pharaoh became a sensation, overshadowing the very purpose of the discovery, the exploration of history itself. As the world grappled with these questions, the archaeological community was faced with a dilemma. How could they continue their work in the face of such fear and superstition? Was the curse real, or just a product of an overactive imagination fueled by sensationalist media reports? The debate raged on, casting a dark cloud over the Valley of the Kings. The allure of the unknown, the desire to unravel the mysteries of the past, and the fear of the supernatural all converged in this enigmatic curse. It was as if the pharaohs themselves were guarding their secrets closely, ensuring that their stories would be remembered not just for their opulence and grandeur, but also for the chilling tales of those who dared to delve into their eternal resting places. Chapter 1. The Legacy of the Boy King. The story of Tutankhamun serves as a stark reminder of the fragility of life, the capricious nature of fate, and the enduring spirit of human curiosity and resilience. Despite his incredibly short lifespan, Tutankhamun left an indelible mark on history. His legacy, like the treasures found in his tomb, continues to captivate and inspire awe. In the annals of ancient Egypt, Tutankhamun is remembered as a pharaoh who, despite his tender years, shouldered the immense responsibilities of ruling a kingdom. He stepped into a world of intricate politics, religious upheaval, and societal expectations, navigating these complexities with a maturity that belied his age. His efforts to restore order and balance after the radical rule of his father, Akhenaten, showcasing a remarkable ability to adapt and steer the course of the empire. Even though Tutankhamun's reign was short-lived, his impact was substantial. His policies aimed at healing the divisions created during his father's rule and re-establishing the old religious traditions demonstrate his commitment to his people and his role as a divine leader. He was, after all, seen as a living embodiment of the gods, and his actions had profound religious and political ramifications. Tutankhamun's legacy extends beyond his accomplishments. The mystery surrounding his death and the discovery of his tomb have ensured that his name echoes through the ages. The breathtaking artifacts found in the burial chamber, including the intricately crafted sarcophagus and the array of precious objects, provide a tangible link to the opulence and artistry of ancient Egypt. These treasures are not merely objects of material wealth, but are windows into the beliefs, customs, and artistic brilliance of a bygone era. Furthermore, the enigma of the pharaoh's curse, born out of the unusual sequence of events following the tomb's discovery, adds a layer of intrigue to Tutankhamun's legacy. Whether the curse was real or a product of overactive imaginations, it captured the public's fascination and blurred the line between history and mythology. In conclusion, the story of Tutankhamun is a tapestry woven with threads of political acumen, religious devotion, mystery, and tragedy. His legacy serves as a potent reminder of the triumphs and tribulations of ancient Egyptian civilization and the enduring human fascination with the past. As we reflect on the life and times of this extraordinary boy king, we are reminded of the complexities of history and the profound impact that even the youngest rulers can have on the course of civilizations. We hope you enjoyed this journey through the life, death, and enduring legacy of Tutankhamun. If you want to learn more about fascinating historical figures and intriguing mysteries, be sure to stay tuned for more videos. Thank you for watching and joining us in exploring the captivating stories that have shaped our world.